our first prepared speech will be given by Cherie. Cherie Schenck will present the project Understanding Your Communication Style from Level 2 of the Effective Coaching Path. The speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes, and the purpose of the project is to learn about different communication styles and their impacts. Cherie majored in broadcast communications, and she's been a Toastmaster for 17 years. Please welcome Cherie Schenck with her speech titled, Just the Facts, Ma'am. Cherie.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to hear is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent. Now, mouth to the camera if you know which TV show opened with that narration. Yep, you're right. It's Dragnet. And it was a police procedural from the 1950s. Then you also remember Detective Sergeant Joe Friday's famous catchphrase when he was interrogating female suspects and witnesses. Say it with me, just the facts, ma'am. Joe Friday didn't want any opinion or embellishment, which apparently females were prone to do in the 50s. All he wanted was just the cold, hard facts, not half-truths or obfuscation, and certainly no falsehoods or lies. Fellow Toastmasters, Joe Friday and I must be soulmates because that's also what I want in my communication. As an undergraduate in the 70s, I studied communications and broadcast journalism. Looking back now, I am astounded at how much our information and communication as a society has changed since then. From the Second World War until the explosion of the internet, our society got its information from a strong, unbiased print and broadcast press. The First Amendment guarantees freedom of the press for a good reason. A strong press is critical to a democracy in which the government is accountable to the people. It functions as a watchdog that can investigate and report on government wrongdoing. People garnered the basic factual information needed for them to fulfill their role as citizens. My parents read the Los Angeles Times and the local Daily Breeze newspapers every morning, and they watched the evening news every night on just one of 3 TV networks at the time. They witnessed the moon landing and watched the Vietnam War play out with their own eyes. They read in detail about the Watergate investigation, and they were able to develop a deep understanding about the details that led to President Nixon's resignation. Back then, we could trust that facts presented to us were in fact facts. Trusted objective journalists were held accountable for their scrupulous, evidence-based approach to reporting. News was news, and opinion was clearly identified as opinion. Broadcast outlets were required by federal law to offer equal time to contrasting viewpoints of controversial issues. If you wanted to be entertained by fake news and conspiracy theories, you would just read the National Enquirer. Most people knew that Bat Boy was fictional and not real. But with the explosion of the internet, a lot of people get what they think is news on digital platforms, which don't operate according to the journalistic principles of fairness, accuracy, and context. How often do you click on a link just, to get a short article or video a la carte? Not only is it probably unvetted, but it is most likely an opinion presented without opposing viewpoints because it's a la carte. But it's not just the decline of journalism that worries me for our democracy. It's also what we as a society do with that information. Back in the day, my parents would discuss the news around the water cooler and around the dinner table. When they felt strongly about a story, they would write a letter to the editor, and oftentimes it would be published. And when they were really outraged, they would write to their elected officials, and by God, it counted. Well, today we use social media to react to what we perceive as news and to engage only with those who share our worldview. It's already a strike against democracy that half of the country hears only one point of view. But big tech has created a world where the boundaries between fact and falsehood have eroded, where misinformation spreads virally. Anyone is free to post outright defamation, disinformation, and conspiracy theories, no matter if it could pose a clear and present danger. It's as if we have hundreds of national inquirers landing on our doorsteps all day long, every day, feeding us one sensational conspiracy theory after another. Except nowadays, we think it's true. A lie can start with just one tweet or Facebook post by someone with a huge following. It will certainly get reposted, especially if it's outrageous enough. It transmits exponentially, just like the coronavirus, and across multiple platforms. Automated bots magnify it to get clicks, and deep pockets pay for posts to promote the lie. And of course, big tech's algorithms push the lie right to the top of our feed, as long as it comports with our worldview. Cable TV and talk radio gleefully pick up the lie and run with it to boost their ratings. So of course, when Ms. Average Citizen sees and hears the lie in so many places, she can only assume that it is fact. The lie could be refuted by multiple experts who have devoted their education and careers to the subject. It could be debunked by journalists who use their staff of editors, fact checkers, and trusted sources. It could be invalidated by every court in the land. It could be discredited by cold hard statistics and actual video footage. But once that lie takes hold, Ms. Average Citizen will persist in believing it, even after it's refuted by her best friends and family. Being fed only what you want to read is certainly a convenience, but being tricked into believing that it's a widespread truth is a travesty. Now, I don't know what the answer is, but Joe Friday and I are pleading for just the facts, ma'am. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Cherie.
If you like that video, please click the like button and subscribe. And for more information about Helmsman Club 770, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and also Meetup. Just search our call sign at Helmsman 770. And if you want more information about our upcoming meetings that happen twice a month, you can find all that information on Meetup.